teaching a computer to do stuff on its own, right? Teaching your computer to do stuff on your own based on an existing data, based on an existing set of data called the training set or the test set. Then I'm having sorry, my computer is misbehaving. So basically, this is done with the use of algorithms, different type of algorithms, and then secondly, we look about we look at cloud computing and what is cloud computing, and then we look at machine learning, automatic machine learning with cloud computing. So cloud computing is the delivery of computer services and infrastructure, network, database, and stuff like that across the internet.
Am I the only one? I think I can't hear Ephraim again. She is cool.
Even myself, I cannot hear him. I can neither see his screen nor hear him.
Sorry, my this is just disconnected. Let me rejoin my computer. Oh. Just disconnected like on the phone. Shit. So can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So cloud computing. Cloud computing is basically having computer services, the delivery of computer services, including servers, storage, database, networking software, and stuff over the internet and stuff. So basically, you are trying to get your physical computing here, and then you are trying. Maybe you don't have particular specifications of a particular computer, so you can rent these services above. You can rent these services on the cloud. These services include servers, storage spaces, networking, softwares, and then even analytics, and then even intelligence like artificial intelligence and stuff over on the internet. So basically, the word cloud just means the internet. So and these services can be obtained, and you can acquire them by just a little fee on a pay as you go basis. That is, you only pay for what you use. It's not like it's a subscription base, so you only pay for what you use. So some of the benefits of cloud computing is cost effective, it is fast, cost effective, that is, it's not expensive, the services are readily available for you. Just okay, for context sake, maybe we are trying to use a computer with like a very, let me say, a NVIDIA GPU. And for context, that GPU alone, just the GPU graphics card alone, costs about $300 on Amazon. But with just a little fee of less than $2 or so, you can launch your own EC2 on the cloud, which is basically a virtual machine on your cloud. Less than a very small fee, you can launch the such device on the cloud and do whatever you do with the specifications. Which, if you want to buy such computers outside, it costs you about $1,000 and above to get such this thing. And then it is fast because it's on the internet. It's quite fast. All you have to do is also have a fast network connection, and then on a global scale, that is, it's available everywhere. And then productivity, because some of these stores on the cloud are automated, it like improves your productivity and stuff, and then performance and reliability and security. It is always secure. So there are different types of there are different ways of which you can deploy cloud services. There are two different ways in which you can categorize cloud services. So one of the ways are with public cloud, private cloud, and a hybrid cloud. So a public cloud basically is a cloud operated by an organization or a third party. Sorry, operated by an organization, right? So that particular cloud is owned by a particular organization. Nobody outside the organization can access those cloud services. For example, let's say we at Dinkum have a particular cloud, but this cloud service is down. But now the third party, but this particular cloud, this private cloud is provided by a third party service, right? So and then public cloud are owned by third parties which delivers computing services, resources over the internet. So this is where stores like Amazon Web Service, IBM Clouds, and the Google Cloud Platform, and Microsoft Azure coming. Those are public cloud. Those are the third-party service cloud service providers. So we've looked at public cloud and private cloud, then hybrid cloud. So as I can see, these are also the examples of the public cloud service providers. AWS, IBM Cloud, Microsoft Azure, and the rest. So talk about private cloud also. So hybrid cloud is basically the combination of the public cloud and the private cloud. So I can say hybrid cloud is a combination of public and private cloud bound together by technology that allows the application to be shared between them. So because of time, I think cloud services can also be categorized into infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, and serverless computing. Infrastructure as a services, which is popularly known as IaaS, is the most basic category of cloud computing, which you can rent infrastructures like servers, virtual machine, network operating systems, and stuff like that, and different stuff like that on networking software and stuff like that on the internet, on the cloud, which is basically over the internet. So they can even that is for infrastructure as a service, and then they can also be categorized into platform as a service, which refers to a cloud computing service that supply on-demand software. Sorry. we supply on-demand environment for developing, testing, and delivering, managing software. This can also be found like, okay, most of these cloud service providers, they provide all these services for you. Okay, like a platform as a service now. Imagine a developer is trying to build and then deploy and test the software. All this can be done on the cloud. Instead of you, if you are doing it physically on your computer, you have to download so many other softwares and do so many other things. But on the cloud, it's very easy. You just launch some of these services and then you can continue doing whatever you want to do with it. And then serverless computing is focused on building app functionality without spending time continuing and managing servers infrastructures. So if you maybe you have a product online, so you have to put an infrastructure team on those servers, like maybe you are using your physical servers in your normal server farm. You discover that you have to spend a lot of money and stuff like that, trying to maintain these servers. So, but with cloud, they can be serverless computers without your physical servers. And then software as a service is just a method of delivering software applications over the internet. Basically, these are your Gmail, your Hotmail, your Yahoo Mail. Basically, you just log in to your Yahoo Mail and you discover that all your emails are stored for you already on the cloud, right? So basically it's software as a service. There's a particular software over the internet. So automatic machine learning with cloud computing, because with the recent increase in size of data set and computing power needed to run machine learning models, so it's good to take advantage of cloud resources for you to be able to run for you to be able to perform machine learning. And with also the difficulty in machine learning these days. So you say here that the biggest barrier to use of machine learning is because of the skills and the computing resources. So because of the skills it's required to actually train some machine learning data sets, all these cloud service providers have come up with ways that they can automate these machine learning processes from the very beginning to the end. So now it just requires a person with little skills also just to this thing, just to know what to put in, and then your data to be trained for you. Also, the steps involved in making doing the whole machine learning stuff, which involves a lot of tedious and difficult process. Those of us in the Python team who have worked with machine learning will understand how difficult it is. So first of all, you have to be raw data ingestion, that is consuming your data, getting your data sets, and then processing your data with data clean, which is trying to find missing values and trying to arrange your data very well before it can be fit into the training models. And then feature selection and construction, and then selecting the model farm. Like one of the most difficult tasks in machine learning, trying to find a model to use to train your data set, and then parameter optimization and tuning. This is when you didn't get the accuracy you desired. You have to fine-tune this and do so many other tweaking for you to get your desired machine learning result. And then for post-process machine learning models, which is basically saving your model, because some models actually take a lot of time to train. Some might take not from a lot itself, some deep learning techniques take about hours to train, 5 hours. I will be there for 12 hours just training a particular model. So with auto machine learning now is a new development in which companies have been able to apply and leverage data science into their business workflows using AI to automate time-consuming aspects of machine learning applications. So what Auto ML does is that it puts the power of machine learning in the hands of everyone within an organization. So anybody with just basic knowledge of programming and how to operate these cloud services, you just know how to navigate through the whole cloud platform, and then you'll be able to perform machine learning without machine learning knowledge. So it also takes advantage of both strengths of humans and computers and helps at data education and preparations, feature engineering, and processing. So some of the popular machine learning tools available these days. There are so many others, but I just picked a few because of time. So on the AWS has the autoglone listing service, which automates machine learning for real world applications. So it basically take any machine learning model which you want to train. It takes text. You can train text models. You can train models for image classifications. You can train tabular data sets and stuff like that. You can any type of machine learning listing you want to perform. It can train it for you. All you have to, and how this works is basically it makes use of the Amazon, the AWS S3, which is a storage a storage space on AWS. So basically, it's the data set is stored on the S3 bucket, and then after that, it passes through the AWS Lambda, which automates the whole process, and from AWS Lambda, it passes through the autoglone, the whole autoglone where the model is trained properly, and then after training the model, it is now saved back into the AWS S3 bucket. Then we have also the GCP, that is the Google Cloud Platform Vision. This derived insights from this particular one is for just image classification. We also have the Auto ML that is still on Google Cloud Platform. The Google Cloud Platform Auto ML natural language processing services. Also, this one is just basically for natural language processing task. And then on Microsoft Azure, we also have Microsoft Azure's machine learning Python SDK. This one is for people who are familiar with the whole Python and machine learning stuff. And then for people who are not familiar with Python and machine learning, you can also use the Microsoft Azure Machine Learning Studio, where you can perform various machine learning tasks, including classification, regression, and amongst others. So basically, this is what AutoML is about. So it's basically just trying to automate this difficult machine learning tasks, which might take hours trying to do. Thank you. So if anyone has a question, I will appreciate it. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so that's all for my presentation. So if anybody didn't get anything I just said, maybe I spoke too fast or something. Samuel.
Okay. Okay. Victor.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, you should be presenting now. Thank you, Efram,
Okay.
for your presentation. May stop sharing your screen now.
All right.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so good morning. My name is Victor. I'm going to be talking about importance of color to design, because this is a very important aspect of design. Majorly, before a design is being made, you have to consider some factors, which includes color, because color also has what they talks about. Color has this emotion they also emulate. Introduction. Artists invented the first pigment, a color material that is completely or nearly insoluble in water. A combination of soil, animal fat, burnt charcoal, and chalk as early as 40,000 years ago, creating a basic palette of 5 colors, which is the red, yellow, brown, black, and white. Since then, the history of color has been one of the perpetual discovery, whether through exploration of scientific advancement, the invention of new pigments, accompanied accompanying the development of art history, greatest movement from the Renaissance to the Impressionism as artists experimented with colors never been seen in the history of painting. This is to show you that colors has been way back. It's not something that just developed like some years ago. It has been from ages. People just it's just that the color then we are not many. They are not as much as today because of nowadays the combination of primary, secondary have made a lot of more bring up a lot of colors. Basics of colors. You know, there are three basic of color, which is the primary. Okay, sorry, there are two. It is the combination of the two that brought about the third one. The primary color, which is made up of the red, blue, yellow. Second color, which is the purple, orange, green. While the tertiary color, which is the red, orange, yellow, green, blue violet, and red violet, which are from the combination of the primary and secondary color. Okay. So the colors used, we have the hue, this is another name for colors in general. When you hear hue, it's like saying that, okay, when they say this hue, it means this particular color. And saturation, it means the intensity. It has to do with whether a color appears more subtle or more vibrant. Value, it means how dark or light a color is, ranging from black to white. So before I move forward, I want to show you this diagram, which is the called diagram of the color wheel, because we'll be referring to it as we go on. Okay, so basically when you're designing, because there has to be some strategy or some theory that you have to follow when designing, because you can't just use different color because you feel this color is brightful, this color is beautiful, let me just use them. That might make your design bad. It might make your design look unprofessional. The first one I'm going to talk about is monochromatic. Mono, which means one. So, which means one color. The placement of a particular color on a design while applying knowledge of either saturation or value to create variation. You know, when you pick a color from this color wheel and you're not designing it, it's just one color, but the more you increase the saturation or the value, the more it kind of look different, but it's still the same color. Next one is analogous. Analogous. This is a process of applying colors that are next to each other on the color wheel to a design. Look at this, like the purple and the blue. When you apply them to a design, that's what we call analogous, because they are beside each other on the color wheel. So that way it makes the design more attractive, more beautiful, because you are starting to apply more colors. Complementary. This is a process whereby two opposite colors on the color wheel is applied to a design to make the design appealing. Opposite. Like this now, if you look at this, you'll see when you look at the yellow and the purple, you see that they are opposite each other. Combine the two on the design to make it more appealing to the eyes. The next one, we have split complementary. This is a process whereby the two opposites are being used, which is the yellow and the orange and the what is it called? The blue and the purple are being used on a design because they are both split complementary. They are both going in hand in hand. Okay. The next one is the triadic. This is a process whereby three colors, evenly spaced color, are selected, which forms a perfect triangle on the color wheel, and applying them to a design. For example, I draw a triangle here. That's to show you the color you use, because they are evenly spaced, using yellow, sky blue, and orange. So that's what we call triadic, because they are evenly spaced. It's like a triangle that is evenly spaced on a color wheel to pick the colors you'll be using on a design. The last one is tetradic. Okay, sorry about that. Tetradic. It is a process where four colors are selected in form of rectangle shape. This is also referred to using two complementary pairs. Looking at this, the rectangle I draw, that's to show you how the selection of the designs, the color that you'll be using in the designs are made. Hello, I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So the importance of color, as I said earlier, color is very important. It's very, very important when designing. Because once you use because color also pass a message. They have messages that they pass. Once you use the wrong color, it might send the wrong message. It might send the wrong message. And even before the person take a look at a design, it might be, it is likely to be the color that will attract the person to the design. Hope you're getting it. It's likely to be the color that will attract them to that design. Like, okay, see this color. Wow, I like this color. So let me see what is in the design, because I have a feeling that this is what is going to be talking about. Okay, as I said, color creates ideas, expresses message, just what I said, spark interest, and generates certain emotion. Some colors hold a universal significance. For example, it is commonly understood that red is a color of warning. When you see red, you believe it's a color of warning, and green means go. But put together, most people would associate the color combination of red and green as Christmas. That's to show you that when you start to combine some colors, it's kind of start to change the meaning of the colors. Bright colors tend to set a happy and positive mood, whereas dark colors tend to project the opposite. Within the psychology of colors, warm colors show excitement, optimism, and creativity. Cool colors symbolize peace, calmness, and harmony. That's just to tell you that even in graphic design, it's not just about art. Science is also involved, commercial tools is also involved, because when you are designing something, you are designing for the viewers, you are designing for the clients to be able to sell whatever they are selling, which also has gone beyond just art. Because once the design is bad, once the flyer you made is bad, or the banner or whatever you do is bad, that would make people lose interest in the product. They won't even want to go further to check what is in that flyer, what is in that design you made. They won't want to go for that. They will just assume it is trash. Okay. So when thinking about a particular color, you might associate a meaning to the color. For instance, if you are to look at a bright yellow color, you might think that it is a joyful and happy color. Yeah, when you think about bright yellow color, you think it's happy and stuff like that. When you think of red, it is generally associated with strong emotions like love and anger. This also includes excitement and strength, since it is a bold color. That's why majority of the time when you see people talking about love and all, you see that they associate it with red color, because it's a strong emotion. Like even anger too, it's still the same. That's why okay, let me say this. Red is also associated with hunger, because that's why you see majority of the restaurants, when they are designing, they mostly use red color, because once you see it, there's this hunger that just come out. Next one is orange, which shows a sense of optimism, creativity, and fun. Some people interpret orange as encouraging, since it's a combination of yellow and red. Can you see? The combination of yellow and red has made it look encouraging. Yellow is a very optimistic. It is fresh, sunny, and youthful. People tend to associate it with success or confidence, since it is generally light and brown and bright rather. The eyes tend to see the color first. Next one is green, which is associated with nature. It shows growth and renewal, as well as reliability and safety. It is peaceful and can also be refreshing. The combination of yellow and blue makes it light and also reliable. Green means go and also means success. Can you see? When you see the word green, when you look at the traffic light and you see green, you'll be like, okay, oh yes, it's time to go. without even saying it, you know, okay, this color on the traffic light means go. Red on the traffic light means stop or warning. Hope you understand what I'm saying. That's to show you that all these colors that we see around us has their own meaning. Blue is a very trustworthy color. It is strong and portrays honesty and loyalty. It is associated with the sea and sky, which brings a sense of calmness. Blue also reduces the stress of the viewers. Can you see? When you see the color blue, like if you are at the sea and you're looking, that's why most people, when they go to the sea, they find it calm. Like you sit down, you look at the sea the way it is, look at the sky, and you find this calmness in you, just to relax, you know. And this kind of helps a design, because when the viewers look at the designs and they see the blue color, even before going ahead to look at the content in it, they see the color, they be like, wow, they kind of feel calm. They feel calm and want to, okay, let me just read this content. It looks interesting. Moving on, purple. Purple is a thought of a royal and spirit. Is a thought of royal. It's thought of as royal and spiritual. Sorry about that. People tend to believe that it has a characteristics of luxury and quality. Since purple is a combination of red and blue, there's energy from the red and calmness from the blue. I see. Purple is thought as a royal and spiritual. It's thought of as royal and spiritual. Can you see, even spirituality is even involved with color. That's to show you that color just go beyond just like, okay, it's just beautiful to the eyes. Let's use an example of a bathing suit company. What colors do you think of? Bright and warm like the sea. Something that uses orange and yellows. Most likely, like when you see a bathing suit company, the color they are most likely to use are orange and yellow, because you know it's like bright and warm. When you're in the bathtub, bathing suit rather, you feel this warm and bright feeling in you. So what about a company that sells camping supplies, which is in the wood? It probably has some browns and greens. You know, as I said, you know, green is mostly associated with nature. The company might not be using purple or magenta in their brand personality because it doesn't scream nature. So you understand? When you want to buy a camping supplies, which you know you are going into the wood, you definitely go for things that looks like, okay, brown and green. Yeah. This looks like a nature color. You, without knowing it, you know, this is like psychology. It's not as if you're like, okay, let me use green because it looks like the camp. Because it is already installed in us. So once you see it, you just pick it, not knowing that, okay, this is what I say, because that's how psychology works. That's to show you that, as I said earlier, designs goes beyond everything around us, goes beyond just seeing. You know, when you see colors, it goes beyond just saying, okay, it's beautiful, it looks nice. Anybody that wants to make use of the color, they have a reason for making use of it, because it has its own meaning. For example, if you want to make an event flyer for a restaurant opening, that's what I said the other time, thinking about what colors would work best in this situation. The majority of chain restaurants have the color red associated with them. That's what I said. The color is bold, easy to see, and evokes a feeling of hunger from the viewer. Evokes the feeling of hunger. Since you are opening a restaurant, you want to make sales, you want people to come and eat your food and stuff. So you have to make a color that will evoke that feeling of hunger from the viewer. When making an event flyer, maybe use some colors of red in the design to bring a sense of urgency and hunger to whoever is looking at it. You know, when you see the red, like, okay, it seems, let me see, it seems food will be involved in this place. So let me go ahead to read the content and be like, wow. Since there's free meal, there's this and there's that. Okay, so moving on. These little things can make all the difference in your designs. These little things, they are very important. They can change the way your viewers see the designs. If you didn't know the importance of color in graphic design, then you might be making the wrong color choice when creating your project. If you don't know what all these colors means. You don't know what the feelings they invoke, the emotion behind it. You might start using the wrong color, and that will even that will make your design looks unprofessional, because people won't want to look at it. There are thousands of designs out there. There are thousands of flyers and all out there. People see different designs every day. If yours is not standing out because of the color, if your color cannot bring the attention of the viewers, then your design will not stand out. It won't have enough viewers, and your targeted audience won't even take a look at it, because they won't take a look at the content in it because of the colors. Because the colors does not speak, it does not pass the message that is meant to pass. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. If you see anybody that has a question, please ask right away. Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So if anybody has a question, please do well to ask.
Okay, Victor, please, I want you to check through the participant list and mention anyone's name you like, ask question, apart from Comfort and Emmanuel. Anyways.
Okay, anybody I like.
Yeah, anybody.
Okay. Well, my first question goes to Ephraim. Can you hear me?
Ephraim, yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so it's just a simple question. What color invokes hunger?
Hunger.
Yeah.
I think red.
Yeah. You're right. The last person, Comfort. Comfort, can you hear me?
She's not available.
Okay, she's not available. Okay. Michael. Michael, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so my question is, why do you think color is very important to design? As in your own thing, whatever you think, just lay it out. I didn't mean Michael.
Okay, I think importance of color to design is that it makes the design look attractive and it passes a message to the client or those looking at the design.
Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah, you're actually right, because color is very important. It passes messages. It invokes feelings and all. So that's to show you that colors, when you see colors, they have their own meaning. They have the messages they pass, and it's not just to just beautify the eyes. They actually has what they say. I think those are my questions for today. So if anybody has any question, please lay it out. Samuel, it seems nobody has a question.
Okay, yeah, since there's no one else question, we can now attend the stand-ups. All right, everyone, have a great day.